You mentioned that you wanted to create a program to teach other barbers how to reduce time on their haircuts without sacrificing the quality. What inspired you to want to teach that to other barbers? I know that you said that that's one of your strengths. You know, doing the work of that and having that become your gift is one thing, but then saying, "Hey, I want to be able to give this strength to another barber." And what was kind of your inspiration behind that?
Well, for me, cutting for 25 years, being able, excuse me, being able to have the ability to cut faster than average, the average barber and stuff. Let me put it this way. When it comes to barbering and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The art of barbering is really a hustle. It's not a business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should definitely treat barbering as a business, but us as a barber, if you don't own a barber shop, what we actually doing is trading our time for money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to, I'd say get to your full potential as a barber, you should want to be able to cut faster in the sense of being able to get clients in and out, but not rush, because there's a big difference between um, cutting fast
Mm-hmm.
and using the faster method. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of barbers don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
That was
If
good.
you're using the traditional way of cutting using guidelines, and you got to bring down your time, you got to physically move faster. This is going to make your clients feel like you rushing them through the cut,
Mm.
something you don't ever want to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's a gem right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, certain barbers and stuff that, have the experience and stuff, and the clients already know, what time it is with them, it's cool. But, if you get in like new clients that's kind of used to getting, the haircut in a certain, time frame, and here you come, rushing them through the cut, it's not a good, it's never a good thing, for you as a barber. Now, using the method that I talk about that, I'll say, which is reverse fading, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not you trying to cut faster in the sense of you got to move faster. No, everything is just, it's a more advanced way of cutting because you're not using guidelines, which is one of the main reasons why, you know, like I said, like, barbers are not able to cut their time down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that could be, really taught if, what I'm saying, if the barber is using that method, if they're using guidelines, it's almost impossible for a barber that knows how to cut fast,
Mm-hmm.
uh, right, and they're using guidelines. The only reason why they know how to do it is because they have the experience. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right,
But
right.
the method that I talk about, which is reverse fitting, which some barbers would say fade down, but that's without guidelines because some barbers still fade down and they still put the guideline. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Mm-hmm.
there's no need for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
once I started cutting that way and noticed how much I was able to retain even more clients by, clients just actually appreciating, getting the haircuts done, in 30 minutes or less, right? Because now you're giving back the client time, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
time is important for, for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't
Right.
get me wrong, there's probably certain clients that actually enjoy wanting to be in the chair for an hour and change, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But majority of clients that, throughout my years of experience, they would rather get a really good haircut in a shorter time frame versus being in the shop, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hour and change.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, yeah, especially like right now during COVID, where a lot of barbershops now used to do a lot of walk-ins. After COVID, majority of barbershops had to go to appointment based, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the barber setting is not right, is no longer like a hangout spot for majority of barbershops like it used to be before. Before,
Right.
you want to come hang out and talk shit all day, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
that way, you know what I'm saying? So people, rather be in and out. You know what I'm saying? And we living in a digital space now where if you notice any company right now that's winning, what is they winning? you know what I'm saying, is because they're being more efficient. You know what I'm saying? They're able to give you whatever it is that you want in a faster, more efficient time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Look
Hmm.
at from like companies like Airbnb, Netflix, everything, every company right now that's winning, the main reason why they're winning is because they're more efficient. They're able to
Absolutely.
you out, and it's no different with barbering. You know what I'm saying? The younger barbers or even some older barbers that don't understand the concept, right? And even when they see me, right, there's this one video that I put up where, I cut three clients within, an hour, right? This is not something that I do all the time, but I put that video up to just show, barbers what's possible. You know what I'm saying? You could really get clean cuts, you know what I'm saying? um, being efficient where the client does not feel rushed. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
It might look like, the cut is faster, but that doesn't necessarily mean you rush the cut. You just be
Wow.
efficient by using, a different method, when it
S-
comes to doing fades
So
and
that you're not actually working faster, your method is
your
faster, but you're
method.
not
Exactly.
moving faster.
You're not moving faster. No, it's just the method that you use. You just, it's just more efficient, you know. And up to this day, I find it very very strange for me as a barber that, the method that I talk about, there's almost no one on YouTube. You can't even really Google this. You can't see, there's no one talking about it. And it's still mind blowing to me that, all over the world, majority of all barbers cut the same exact way, which is using guidelines. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
interesting. Yeah, like programming.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like everywhere, China, Africa, don't matter where it is, they all cut the same, exact way. Yes, there's barbers that, might switch it up a little bit, some cut down and start up some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they
Hmm.
all still put in those guidelines. And I'm like, bro, there is no reason for guidelines.
Right,
There's
right,
the
right.
only reason for the guidelines is to help you understand where your fade starts and where it ends. That's it. We already know that. We already know where our fade starts and where it ends. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine, and what's so interesting about this,
Hmm.
when you as a barber that's been cutting for a while, if you really start learning this method of cutting, you now start looking at other barbers like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And even yourself, like, yo, I've been wasting a lot of time using guidelines in my fades. Like,
Right.
this is really not, and it starts looking to you as the barber, because now you're looking at fading from a different perspective now. So
Hmm.
now you actually look at other barbers and even yourself, like in the past, like it does not even look professional. It's almost like, put it this way, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine, going and you go on the beach, right? And
Hmm.
you have on floaties. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Everyone is swimming, but you're the only one with floaties because you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It just looks strange to you. And that's the
Right, right, right.
like you start looking at it, cutting through that lens now, you know what I'm saying? Because everyone is doing, following the same steps that, that there's another way that's more efficient and even, sometimes even putting out cleaner fades. Because the thing is with a fade, right? Sometimes fades don't come out as blurry because of guidelines. Because when you put in that first guideline, right, you got to put in another guideline, and you know what I'm saying? And just
Hmm.
that whole transition, if you just gradually blend and you're not ever using guidelines, it cuts the time so much more,
Wow.
gives you more time to even detail your cuts now and stuff, man. It's amazing. It's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
that's dope.
changer. And yeah, and when I came out to California, I taught a few guys, you know what I'm saying, how to cut that way, and it changed their life. And it was just like, you know what I'm saying? So at that moment, I'm like, okay, I really got to put this out there because,
Hmm.
they, couldn't stop talking about how much, just cutting in that way have just changed their whole perspective on just, cutting, you know what I'm saying? Just took them to a whole different level where they're able to just, make more money and retain more clients and confidence, bro.
I like that.
It's man, just being able to cut that way. If you think you as a barber being, even if you have the experience, when you start using the reverse fading,
Hmm.
it gives you a level of confidence you didn't have before, because now it makes you feel like you really understand fading from a whole different, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you never saw it before. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you got me ready over here to start fading
So
down. They
I'm
looking
telling you,
at
bro,
like I'm like, man, guidelines is for beginners.